Welcome to Hammers Chat first season review. I'm going to be joined by the faces that you've seen all season since August, where we're going to be discussing the Hammer of the Year, the goal of the season, and loads more moments. Make sure you do subscribe, and thanks to each and every one of you for watching since August, for subscribing, and for being on our Hammers Chat forum. Let's get straight into it, starting with Hammer of the Year.
My Hammer of the Year this year has got to go to Dimitri Payet.
It's got to be Payet.
You just have to give it to Payet. I mean, he's been a step above most players in the Premier League, let alone just our team.
I don't think we've had a player as effective as Payet for quite some time.
There have been times where he has gone missing. Crystal Palace game is a prime example. He went missing the entire game, yet still manages to score.
He basically made the world stand up and take notice.
It's been such a long time now since we've had a player who everyone else in the league covers, and everyone else in the league goes, he's brilliant, he's amazing.
Assists, goals.
He's spearheaded the season that we've had, and he's been absolutely amazing.
For me, Payet is definitely the talent of the year, but I think Hammer of the Year is slightly different. I think it's a bit more than talent. Payet, I don't think was consistent as Mark Noble was, and he's my player of the year. He gave 100% every game without doubt. He ran himself into the ground. I think he dragged the team sometimes, not necessarily through performance, but through encouragement and through words of wisdom. And if Antonio's started games since August and played right wing every game, I think I might be giving it to him. But for me, it's Mark Noble.
Antonio. Simply because he's work rate, he's a team player. Give him a green jersey and some gloves and he'll go and goal for us. Just an out-and-out team player, and he plays with his heart, and I love it.
Signing of the season is difficult, again, because we had such an amazing window in the summer.
Signing of the year would have to be, I mean, the obvious one would be Payet.
To stop it being the Payet show.
I think Payet, we expected big things from him when he came.
Payet's the obvious one, but we knew we were again from Dimitri. I don't think it was a massive surprise that he played as well as he did. But a guy that I knew nothing about in July, and I know everything about now, is Lanzini.
I think that if you take everything into consideration, you look at Lanzini and his age especially, he's someone who we could have for years and years and years.
We got him on loan for a small fee. His wages were not that big in comparison to his teammates, but I think he has been fantastic. It's a pity that he's got Payet in his team. If it wasn't for him, everyone would be raving about how Lanzini's got flair, how he goes past players, how he can shoot. I mean, his goals he scored this season have been fantastic. The one against Chelsea was unreal.
He could easily become as good as Payet, if not better.
What a signing he was.
I'm going to go sort of left of field a little bit, really, and I'm going to go with Ogbonna. A lot of apprehension about us getting him. I don't know, we were discussing him on the forum at one point, and we all went on to a Juventus forum and got the translator out, and they were absolutely slating him. We didn't expect much, and his first couple of games, he looked a bit shaky. But I've got to be honest with you, I look around that Premier League now, and I don't see another team with a better centre-back.
My sign of the season is going to go to Michail Antonio.
I'm going to go Antonio again.
He's been phenomenal.
We got him at a snip price.
For the money and where he's come from, everyone said he wouldn't step up, and he has done.
He came into the side and he showed what a brilliant player he is. The work rate, the ethic.
Right back, right wing, headers, you name it, he's given us everything this year.
He's been the signing of the season, I think.
Disappointment of the season would have to be Victor Moses.
Oh, it'd have to be Moses.
Victor Moses.
When he first came, we did something on tag, and that was going on. I couldn't believe that he was signing, and he was going to do this, he was going to do that.
I was so happy when we signed him from Chelsea on loan at the start of the summer.
And I thought, we need a winger of his quality. We need someone to really come in and grab the ball by the horn, so to speak.
Every Chelsea fan says that he's the best player in pre-season to stand out at Chelsea year after year, and I was expecting big things from this year, and it's just fallen flat on its backside. Started well at the start of the season and then just tailed off to the point where he didn't even get in the team.
It amounted to nothing. Very disappointed in him.
For him to drop off in the fashion he did and ultimately become one of the biggest studs in the club is just unbelievably disappointing for me.
It's got to be Alex Song, because Alex Song has got more talent in his right foot than most other players have got. He played for Arsenal, he played for Barcelona, and not without good reason. Got great vision, he sees the pass. He should really be our best midfielder. You've got to look at application, to be honest with you. He's just not applied himself. I don't know what it is. I'll tell you what, if Alex Song had the attitude of Antonio, he'd be one of the world's best players. We could possibly have said Jenkinson. You might have a bit of sympathy with Jenkinson. If you think too much of his long-term injury, you sort of start to forget just how crap he was at the start of the season.
Had to be Cole Jenkinson.
In the summer, I was banging the drum. Why are West Ham not stumping up the 8 to 10 million it's taken to get Carl Jenkinson permanently at the club? I thought, we have Creswell. Why are we not going all out for Jenkinson? Let's get him in. We've got 2 young English fullbacks. I was delighted we're going back alone, despite the fact that he signed a long-term deal with Arsenal. I thought he was going to be great value for money over the course of the season. Nothing but disappointment with him. He was getting sent off. He was giving away goals. I felt really sorry for him, actually.
Yeah, he didn't follow the form on from last season, you know, and it was pretty awful.
I do think he's going to become a good right back. If he can put this season behind him and get over his injury, I think he will do well, and I hope he does. But what a horrendous season he had for West Ham, unfortunately, and that's why he's my disappointment of the season.
Oh yeah, Cole Jenkinson.
There's a few in contention for this one, and I think this is where your personal preferences in August come into play a wee bit. Now, the guy I wanted to see gone last summer, and to be fair, I wanted to see him gone in January transfer window up until a certain point, was James Collins. I wanted to see him. I thought he was the type of guy that we need to shift on. He's a bit old. I don't think he was the best centre-back. He used to give away quite a lot of errors. Blame him for a few goals as well, I think. But this season, he's been a different centre-back. It's almost like we've got a new James Collins at the club. He's fully deserved his new deal. Even when he got it, I still thought we maybe made an error. I've been made to eat my words. He has been an absolute rock. Wow, what a player James Collins has been, though. Bilic has just changed him completely, and we've missed him. When he got injured and he never got back in the team, we missed him, and that's saying something for me.
Most improved player of the season, I'm going to have to give it to someone that played in the team last year, because I don't think it's fair to give a signing of someone that's come in this year. And there's a few people that could have probably taken this from myself, but I'm going to give it to Cech Kouyaté.
I'm not the biggest Cech Kouyaté fan. I think he has some serious flaws in his game, but especially towards the last 5 or 6 games, he's just been undroppable.
We've just seen the versatility that bloke has this season. But his work rate this year has been off the scale.
He's been fantastic in that role with Noble, sitting next to him, and over the course of the season, he's just got stronger and stronger and stronger, to the point where you look at someone like Obiang, who really hasn't stepped a foot wrong when he's played, can't even get a sniff at the team, because him and Noble have wrapped that up so well.
And I think we'll do well to keep hold of him for the next couple of years in the Olympic Stadium, because teams are starting to realise how good of a player he actually is.
There's something more to his game than a big, powerful dude who runs a lot.
I'm going to go with Mark Noble.
Most improved player would have to be Noble.
Mark Noble.
Because at the start of the season, I would have said Kouyaté and Song would be our first choice 2 midfielders.
Yeah, Noble has absolutely shocked me in the summer. Yeah, I was expecting Alex Song to get in over him.
Noble's been a steady Eddie for me over the years, but this year he's put himself up a level.
Frustrated the hell out of me at the beginning of the season with his backward passes and not looking up and what have you. And I don't know if it's because he's playing with better players around him, but he's improved a lot.
Upped his game massively.
One of the first names on the team sheet.
A lot of West Ham fans have always thought he's been brilliant, but I haven't. But yeah, well improved.
He can feel himself unlucky not to be in the England squad, because he's certainly a damn sight better than Jordan Henderson or James Milner, you know. Mr. West Ham and all that, but what a time to do it in his testimonial year as well. He's been absolutely fantastic. He's reliable. There's been games when him and Kouyaté in the middle have really dovetailed well with each other and absolutely dominated, and he's really propelled himself. That's about it from us. Thank you very much for watching. We've got some excellent opinions in there. I'm sure you've got your own. Don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got some exciting things coming up, both in the closed season and for the start of next year. Don't forget to tune into the forum. The forum's URL will be changing from hammerschat.fours.net to hammerschat.com. So if you find yourself clicking in and getting lost and thinking, where's everyone gone? We're over at hammerschat.com. But it's been an absolute pleasure to be hosting and participating in videos for you all season. I think we're going to have a really cracking one next year. Come on, you Irons.